up a daily fantasy. His number too high, then I'm probably fading him. He been on the road, he gon' eat up my salary. I hit up by, he gon' lie before lock. Play back to back, then I probably won't pick on the DFS Bachelor, good as it gets. Build a few liners and hit me a leg. He had a good game, but it might be a trick. Log in the Slack so I know who to pick. Sharing our liners, we all gon' get rich. New to this game, you should come to the pad. You might want some cash and get a good laugh. DFS Sports, we gon' run up a bag. He heard every game and it's making me mad. You buying your lineups, I think you a cheater. DFS Bachelor, he the new leader, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Bachelor Pad. I, of course, am your host of DFS Bachelor, and we're going to go over the hopefully played MLB slate tonight for Fanduel and Draftkings. We're going to talk about a couple of pitchers and a few hitters who we like tonight. First things first, thank you for all your support. Cheers to you all. Grab a coffee and Bailey's. I hope you enjoy the show. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the team. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like button down below as well. That really helps me a lot. And leave a comment in the comment section if you do. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. You qualify for our weekly $25 PayPal giveaway. And I'm actually going to announce that winner right now before I forget. And then we're going to get into the obvious topic of the day here. I just woke up to this news. It's been happening the last hour, so we'll get to that. But first, our winner of our $25 PayPal giveaway this week is Brandon Walser. So congratulations to you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Hit me up in the comment section or on Twitter at DFS Bachelor. You can follow me there, by the way, everyone, for all news, updates, everything throughout the day, and it's going to be important today. If you missed it, there are now up to 14 people who have tested positive for COVID on the Miami Marlins. That game has been canceled. Still no word. You know, they were just playing in Philadelphia, so we have to see if that Yankees-Phillies game is going to happen. This is a big day for baseball. How they handle this situation will dictate whether this season continues on. I think it means a lot for the NFL as well. So it's, especially if you're a sports fan, like first things first, we want everyone to be healthy and we want them to be safe. So we have to see how this is handled. It's the worst possible case scenario that could have happened in baseball. Opening weekend, and now we already have a game canceled because there's an outbreak on a team. Very concerning what they do with Atlanta. They could have acquired it there in Atlanta. They've got to go back and contact trace this. So we really have to see how this is all going to go. But Brandon Walser, hit me up on the Twitter sphere, and we will get you that PayPal. Congratulations to you. It could be you next week. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much. Also, if you want access to the player pool that I'm going to use in the lineup optimizer, all of the research, I cannot tell you how, especially when there's a story like that, I'm just not feeling like digging into everything extremely deep. Title of the sex tape. There we go. We're starting off hot this morning. Let's get a drink of Bailey's for that. In case you haven't noticed, I'm sitting in a new studio. I converted my garage to a studio, and I had so much help. Both sets of parents, my ex-wife's parents, who are wonderful people and wonderful grandparents to my son, were here, and he's basically my dad. He helped me. My parents helped. I had so much help doing this. So if you guys watch, I know they love to watch. I love you, moms. I love you, dads. Thank you so much for all your help. Studio's absolutely beautiful. I can't believe it. My son did a great job setting up the lighting and all the screens. It's just, I'm incredibly lucky. So I just thought I'd throw some positive in there because it could be a bit of a rough day. Let's have a drink with our sex tape title. But if you want access to all the research tools on Draft Dash, you can find out how the pitcher does versus the batter versus pitcher, history versus the team, weighted OPS over the 3 seasons versus righties, lefties, weighted OPS versus a current pitcher, what they've done their last 3 games, their price on both sides. You can get this tool with all the research, my player pool on not just MLB, but we have the NBA starting here in 3 days. Our NBA video is going to be out soon. If you want my player pool, cheat sheet, projections, etc. for all the major sports, you can click that link in the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard right now for 30 days for $1. And when you do, you'll get this beautiful blue tab up here that says Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks. I'll show you how to put it into a lineup optimizer when we get finished here. So, again, Miami and Baltimore, that game will not be played tonight. I don't think there's a whole lot in terms of starting pitching that I like tonight. If we go look at pitchers, I think the top pitchers are overpriced. You're going to go with Fultonwitz against the Rays at 10-3? I mean, I don't know. The Rays are combined only 3 for 14, so the projected lineup for Tampa Bay is only faced off against Fulton Witz 14 times or 3 of 14. But if you just look at their lefties and righties, they have 5 righties projected tonight. Righties hit a combined 930 or 779 OPS off Mike Fultonwitz over the last 3 years. You can find all that right here on Draft Dashboard. Some upside, sure. I mean, also huge floor or huge, seller. Negative 15 in his last start, and then a 32 the start before that. I think it's too expensive. I guess if I'm going to go with one top price pitcher, probably Aaron Savell against the White Sox. They have a weighted OPS of 684. It's a lineup that doesn't scare me all that much, although they have been hitting the ball well, so I guess I would go there. But for me, the pitchers today are value pitchers. Mike Montgomery, 6'5" on DraftKings. He is 6'2" on Fanduel. The projected batting order for the Tigers are 11 of 36 lifetime off of Mike Montgomery. If you look at his last 2 starts against Detroit, a 17 and a 41. You will take both of those. If you get a 41 at 6,500 on DraftKings, you are dancing to the money, most likely. I do like Mike Montgomery for some value quite a bit. And right below that, even though the Cubs have a massive upside in their lineup, huge bats all over the place, Wade Miley has had some success. The projected lineup of the Cubs is a combined 19 for 80 off of him. And 2 of his last 3 starts, he scored in the 20s on DraftKings. He's 6K on DraftKings, 6.8 on FanDuel. I think I'm focusing on value. Even Kendall Graveman. The Astros are a combined 25 for 103 off of him. A 17 and a 10, and he's only 4,900. So for me, I think I'm focusing on the value pitchers right now. Even if you want to go to a Steven Brault against Milwaukee at 4.3 on DraftKings, look how cheap that is. An 11. He's got double-digit fantasy points in his last 5 starts versus Milwaukee. You won't take that at 4,300. For me, it's value pitchers tonight. Let's just hope all the games are played and they don't just cancel the whole day or the whole fucking season. Scary day today for baseball. Really hope this gets handled properly. And you just got to ask yourself, why didn't they set up a bubble? Now, I feel bad for baseball because baseball kind of got thrown. This all hit right when they were about to start their season. They didn't have anything in place. But you'd think after 5-6 months, you'd realize, hey, this isn't going away. The summer heat's not getting rid of it like some people thought. And I'm sure we all hoped. I know I did. That just didn't happen. So the fact that they're trying to do this, travel to each city, and it's really a blueprint for the NFL, that's got me very concerned. That's why we're drinking coffee and Baileys at fucking 6:45 in the morning, right? I mean, cheers. Cheers. So let's go over a few hitters. Again, my player pool will expand throughout the day. When you use that tab for Draft Dashboard, for those of you using Draft Dashboard, when you click Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks, you'll see this timestamp right here. And this is in Eastern time. So I last updated this, 7:10? So that was 15 minutes ago. I only have a few players on here that I'm just trying to highlight for the video. But as the starting lineups come out, I will be adjusting the player pool, the cheat sheet. And when you click Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks, you'll see the time that I last updated it so you know how current my player pool is throughout the day. By the time the first game locks, every player that's in the starting, there will not be a player on my player pool who is not playing tonight as of the time that lock happens. So just know that I follow it all day long, so that's the best way to check that. So let's check out a few hitters. Pete Alonso, 5'6" on DraftKings, 3,600 on FanDuel. Look, he smashes righties and lefties. He hasn't really gotten off the schneid yet this year. There's a couple hitters that I like tonight. I think they get their first home run tonight. Pete Alonso is one of them. He's facing off against a lefty in Josh Osich. Josh Osich gives up an 889 OPS to right-handed hitters. Pete Alonso hits righties and lefties both very well, but the power, of course, off the left-handed pitcher's got a 38% advantage. I like Pete Alonso quite a bit. I think he can get his first dong tonight. Congratulations getting your first dong, Pete Alonso. Congratulations on your first dong. There's another sex tape title. I like that. Next, another guy who's been off to a slow start this weekend, but he has a nice history off the aforementioned Wade Miley. That's Chris Bryant. Against lefties, he just smashes them. A 1055 OPS over the last 3 years against lefties. Wade Miley gives up a higher OPS to right-handed hitters. Obviously, that's very common, a 730 OPS. In his career, off of Wade Miley, he is 6 of 14, 4 singles, 1 double, and a home run. I like Chris Bryant to go yard tonight. I think he's in a very, very good spot against Wade Miley. Next, Jose Altuve against Graveman. Now look, Kendall Graveman, not a huge sample size, but he has 9 of 25, 6 singles, 2 doubles, and a home run. Of course, Houston is just, they're going to smash the baseball all year. 360 average. Now, he hits lefties better than righties, obviously, so it's down a little bit. But I think if you can get some of them higher price Astros at the top of the lineup, driving some runs with the middle of the order, I like Jose Altuve quite a bit. Next, even though I don't like to pay up for catcher very often, I usually pay down for catcher. Wilson Contreras, 3 of 11 lifetime off of Wade Miley. So if you're going to do a Cubs stack, I don't mind going Wade Miley and not stacking the Cubs. Or hey, make 2 lineups. Stack the Cubs in one, play Wade Miley in the other. One of them's got to be right. It is a high total, 10.5 over under total. So it should be a pretty contrarian play. But Wilson Contreras, 3 of 11 lifetime, 1 single, 2 doubles. A 1027 OPS versus left-handed pitching over the last 3 years for Wilson Contreras. He's got some power upside. Just homered the other day, yesterday. I like him quite a bit. Now we're getting to the real dong calls. I really like the Cincinnati right-handers against Chicago. I like a red stack, I'm telling you. Do not sleep on a red stack, and I also like a pirate stack. The Pirates against Hauser. We'll talk about one of their hitters here, but they have quite a few of their hitters have a nice matchup today against Hauser. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati could be some interesting stacks for tonight, and it looks like those games will be played. Now, we can hope that no other game besides the Miami-Baltimore game is canceled, but there is no guarantee there. So let's get to our next hitter, Eugenio Suarez against John Lester. First of all, it's a righty versus lefty. Suarez, 994 OPS the last 3 years against left-handed pitching. John Lester giving up an 829 OPS to right-handed hitters. We have a nice sample size here. 42 career at-bats for Eugenio Suarez. He's 16 of 42. That's an average of 381. 7 singles, 3 doubles, and 6 home runs. That's 1 home run every 7 at-bats against John Lester. I like Eugenio Suarez a ton. 4-6 on DraftKings, 3-4 on Fanduel. Sign me up for that. Another Reds hitter right there in the same lineup with another great history off of John Lester is Nick Castellanos. 1138 OPS versus lefties. We just talked about Lester versus righties. For his career, 12 career at-bats against John Lester. 3 singles, 1 double, 3 home runs and 12 at-bats, a 583 average. Now listen, we talked about it. I don't put all of my weight on batter versus pitcher, but a lot of the times the best way to predict the future is to what? Look at the past. These 2 hitters really see the baseball well off of John Lester. Neither of them have had huge games yet. This could be where they really pop off against an aging pitcher and an uncertain day. Give me some of them. Give me that red stack. I like the Reds quite a bit tonight. I have Andrew McCutchen on here just because I wanted to remember to talk about Philly and New York. Now, first of all, if they do play, Andrew McCutchen has smashed J.A. Happ in his career. He's 12 for 28 with 4 home runs in his career off of J.A. Happ. So if they do play, absolutely like Andrew McCutchen, and I do like those right-handed hitters for the Phillies, of course. Riz Hoskins, etc. But this game is in Philly. Now, that's where Miami just played. Miami's game is canceled because of an outbreak of coronavirus. So it would not shock me if they canceled this game. Maybe they try to be fluid and move the game to New York. I've heard some rumors about that as well. But right now, I would really wait and see before I start making a ton of lineups with New York and Philadelphia. We really got to see what happens. I'll be really surprised if they play the game. I hope they do. But of course, I hope it's done safely. We want everyone to be safe and healthy. We don't want long-term effects. We don't want people getting sick. We don't want people dying, of course. So even though I'm a selfish sports fan and I want to see those sports played, we do have to be smart about it. And then let's get a value bat in here. My favorite value, I talked about the Pirates against Adrian Hauser. How about Colin Moran? He's been super cheap every slate. He's hitting in that 5-hole. He's 3 of 4 lifetime against Hauser, 3 singles. Not a bad history. He hits right-handed pitching well, 769 OPS versus right-handed pitching. He's obviously a left-handed hitter. Double-digit fantasy points in 2 of his 3 games. He's 3-1 on DraftKings, 2,600 on FanDuel. I think he's an excellent play there as well. So that's our look at all the plays that I like. Now, again, if you want access to all the research, the tools, my complete player pool, which is going to be 50 to 60, 65 players with 9, 10 games, you can click that link on the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard for 30 days for $1. When you do, how you find my player pool is you will go to your watched players. You'll either see it on the menu over here on the left, or you can do it from the drop-down arrow right here. You hit that watch players button. That will be the players that you have watched in your player pool. Then you simply hit that blue button that says Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks. Again, it'll show you, I just updated it right there, so it'll show you when it was updated throughout the day, etc. You can check out the cheat sheet. When you do that, if you wish to use my player pool in your lineup optimizer, you go to the lineup optimizer here. You can generate 100 lineups in the mass lineup generator. If you do end up making a lot of lineups and someone gets scratched, you can upload your lineups from Fanduel and Draftkings and then import them into the late swap optimizer here, re-optimize your lineups, getting rid of the players that are not going to play, player or players, and then re-upload them back into Fanduel and DraftKings. That makes it really quick and really nice, and I think that's going to be handy in a year where we're dealing with the pandemic and there's a lot of players who are in and then they're out, etc. Repeat if necessary. Title of sex tape. There we go. And then it'll spit out a lineup for you. You can edit it right here. You can go to the drop-down arrow. It can show you who you can afford, who you can't afford, etc. So click that link. Try it for 30 days for $1. Also, don't forget to check out Overlay DFS. I have been having so much fun with Overlay DFS. And in a night like tonight, you're not punished if a player sits out. They just swap in one of your alternates. Go to overlaydfs.com. Ask them on Twitter. Hit up Overlay DFS. Ask them about their first deposit bonus. It's a lot of fun. You're just playing against yourself. Overlay DFS, a ton of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all so much for all your support. Congratulations to our PayPal winner, Brandon Walser. I think I remember that. I hope you all have a happy, safe day. May the fantasy gods be with you all tonight. Goodbye, folks.